If I was starting my journey over again into getting into nutrition and health coaching, I would do things differently this time around because I went to university and I completed a Bachelor of Food and Nutrition, and then I went on to do a health coaching certification, and then I also do nutritional medicine practitioner training, and I also got a certification in gut health. So if you're thinking about maybe becoming a nutritionist, a health coach, or changing careers, and you want to find out more, then this video is for you. So I'm not just going to talk about what I would do differently, but I also talk about the actual qualifications that are worth doing depending on what career you are looking at. Like a lot of people who get into the health and wellness industry, I wanted to know why I was doing all of the conventional things that we were supposed to do to be healthy, but I still wasn't feeling great. Now, I didn't actually really know that much about health, true health, at the time. I basically thought food was more so about eating your protein, your carbs, your fats, and calories in and calories out. And that was basically what food had to do with your health. And it was when I was feeling a lot better than what I used to that I became very passionate about health, and I couldn't shut up to anybody who would listen. So I decided to leave my job in PR and marketing and get into the health industry. I started off really wanting to study naturopathy, but you had to do it all on campus. There wasn't a campus anywhere near me, and it was going to cost a lot of money over 4 years. And I didn't really know if I was going to be able to make that commitment and if the employment opportunities would actually pay off. I had very young kids at the time, so it just wasn't possible for me to go into the city to study. So I looked into studying at university or college, as Americans would probably know it as, and I found a Bachelor of Food and Nutrition at La Trobe University. That's a 3-year degree, and it costs about half the price of the naturopathy degree, and there was an option to study all of it online. So that is the one that I ended up going with. I really wanted to go to university already did a degree, but I wanted to go to university to get that formal qualification. And I want to say this. Firstly, I am grateful that I had the opportunity to study the degree. It set a really strong foundation in physiology, chemistry, biology, metabolism, and some evidence-based practice. However, I found that it was actually missing a lot of fundamental information about healing through food and holistic medicine. I just realized that there was so much more that I needed to learn to become a true healer that could really help people, because that was the whole reason why I left the industry that I was very happy working in, is to help people as much as I help myself, to feel so much better, to give people hope, because I was honestly at a stage where I was so unwell. I was starting to lose hope. In the whole 3-year degree, I didn't actually learn one thing about gut health, which is surprising because that wasn't even that many years ago. It was maybe 8 years ago now, and I didn't learn one thing. I didn't learn anything about hormones and how food relates to hormones. Not even that you need cholesterol to create hormones. And I became very interested in functional testing, which I had no clue about. I had never learned anything about it. And then obviously there's the things like mindset and stress management, herbal medicine, and all of that. I wanted to learn all of those things too. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably realize that there is an extremely wide spectrum of health and the beliefs that go along with it. Some people are much more holistic and even woo-woo, and then you have very conventional wisdom and that path to go down, which kind of can lead you to more employment opportunities. And I would say that doing a dietetics degree, becoming a dietitian, is probably one of the pathways that would give you the most employment opportunities. That is a 4-year degree at university, and if you follow more of a mainstream approach to health and you want to work with clients in a clinical setting, work for hospitals and the government or other clinics, studying dietetics is probably the best way to go if you want to really be sure that you're going to have an employment opportunity. However, of course, that is not the only way to create a meaningful career in health and well-being. There are plenty of different health coaching courses and certifications that are out there, and some are much better than others. And even though you might not have the same employment opportunities as a dietitian, there are still so many different career pathways that you can take. You could work for a supplement company, a food company, become a health and wellness content creator, a recipe developer. You could even create your own recipe book. You could write other books as well to do with health and wellness. It is great to have that certification under your belt. I've noticed hosting a variety of different wellness and health retreats or events such as like talks and lunches sort of thing where people pay for, a 3-course meal, and then they have wellness speakers come to the lunch to speak. Those seem to be doing really well around where I live. Lots of people go on to create courses or they do consulting for wellness brands. They still see clients as well. Just make sure you have insurance if you do that. And there's a variety of different courses that you could create. There are even people on YouTube and Substack that are making a lot of money. And I feel like these sorts of career paths are continuing to get more popular as, society is getting more sick and more people are seeking solutions. And a lot of people keep going to their doctor trying to find solutions and they're not. So they have to turn to alternative health and medicine. I actually combine a number of these different things in my job. I run my own business and I'm not at full-time capacity yet, but I don't want to work full-time. And I absolutely love my job. And, as I mentioned before, I worked in PR and marketing. I love that job as well, but I feel so much more fulfilled following this career path because I feel like I'm actually making a difference and that I am, this is my purpose in the way to leave the world a better place. So if I was starting again, would I still do the same thing? To be honest, I don't think I would have gone to university to study the Bachelor of Food and Nutrition. Now, I do think studying that gave me a lot of confidence. It helped me find my feet, but I really think that with how much it cost and how much time I had to dedicate to that degree, I don't really know if it paid off. I think I probably would have just been better off studying my Food Matters Health Coaching Certification program and then also still doing the nutritional practitioner training in addition to that. That health coaching certification offers you insurance, you can do coaching, you become a certified coach, and it's all backed by amazing experts in the industry. It covers so much ground, so much amazing information, and so many famous people are scattered throughout that whole course, and it's self-paced, and you can always go back whenever you need to refer to the information. That certification actually provided me with the most valuable information. And the funny part is I didn't actually even intend on doing this course. I was at a wellness event and I won this course as a lucky door prize. And I was so excited to learn more and to find out what it was all about. And I was honestly shocked with how much additional information that was in that course that I never learned at university. It connected a lot of dots to do with gut health, hormone health, detoxification, herbal medicine, chronic disease management, and what it actually takes to become a good health coach and to also run your own business. That is very valuable information and can be the hardest part for people, is to build a client base and to have a functioning business. The other health coaching course that I would highly recommend is with the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, otherwise known as IIN. They teach a lot of similar stuff, but they're very holistic, just like the Food Matters certification is. It gives you the tools and the resources and the knowledge on how to truly transform people's health. It is also a fantastic option for learning about all things holistic health. Now, it is slightly different from the Food Matters certification. It has set start dates and it has a more of a hands-on learning style. And it is actually, they're the founders of health coaching courses. They were the first ones. So I definitely think those two are the best choices. I will leave links to the descriptions for the courses below. As I was so confused about the direction that was going to be best for me to follow, I have put this information together in the hopes it will help someone else. I have also become an affiliate for both of these companies, and so if you did decide to study one of those courses, I would receive a small affiliate fee for that. But trust me, I would never recommend something that was going to harm my reputation or something that I didn't 100% believe in. I absolutely love the Food Matters health coaching course, and I do know that the IIN course is definitely on par with that. It could even be better. I haven't actually studied it myself, but I did want to include at least one other option for you guys to look into to be more helpful. And even if you didn't want to pursue a career in health coaching or, in that sort of wellness industry, this is such valuable information to help not only your own health, but your family and your friends. It is, honestly, your health is priceless. So that's all I can say about that. But if you have any questions, let me know. I love learning. I love studying. I have wasted a lot of time and money though to get there. So just let me know if you have any comments, questions. I would love to hear. I hope you learned something or any of this information was useful. Wishing you eternal health and happiness, and I hope to see you in the next video.